Okay, mamas. I am jumping on here today with a long form reel, and today we're talking about boundaries. Yes, boundaries. For those of you that have just stumbled across me, my name is Michelle, and I am the mum behind the Flourish Mama. I am a mother of two kiddos and an overgrown furball. And today I want to talk about boundaries because when we become mums, often the first thing to go out the window is our personal boundaries. Now, obviously, some of that, it just has to happen, right? You are responsible for keeping a tiny human being alive, loved, comforted, fed, happy, rah, 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 right? So there are going to be many, many extra demands on your time, on your energy, and things that you simply have to do, that you're called to do because you are now a mum. However, that doesn't mean that you simply drop all of your personal boundaries once you become a mum and never reconstruct them ever again. So I know that for myself personally, when I became a mum, part of the reason that my boundaries got a bit lost was because I was determined to do it right. There are a lot of societal myths about motherhood, about how we should be mothering, how we shouldn't be mothering, especially in this day and age of the internet. We've got information coming at us constantly. You know, you can Google every single tiny thing about parenting and motherhood and come up with 10 different answers and then tie yourself in knots trying to do the best or the right thing. So, as a mum, it is super, super important to put firm but kind and loving boundaries in place. Because if you don't, your energy is going to be completely sapped by those around you that really don't give a shit about your boundaries and will walk all over you. So people that get upset when you put firm but loving boundaries in are the people that were benefiting from you not having boundaries in the first place. Now, these boundaries could, in the whirlwind of motherhood, particularly if you're a first-time mum, a personal boundary could be as simple as when the baby sleeps, I sleep. Or it could be as simple as when we come home from hospital for the first week, we don't want any visitors except immediate family, because you want that time to bond with your baby. Or a personal boundary for you could be that once a week, I am going to have an hour to myself, and I'm going to organise for my partner, my mother, my sister, my brother, whoever trusted person to take care of my baby whilst I have an hour to myself. Because when we don't have firm but loving and kind boundaries in place, it is very easy to lose yourself in motherhood. Hands up who's been there. And forget who you are, what you like doing, what brings you joy, what fills your cup. So if you don't have any boundaries in place and you're constantly giving, and the people around you, not talking about your baby, but other people around you, if they're constantly taking, then sooner or later your mental and physical health will suffer. So putting in firm but kind and loving boundaries doesn't just benefit you, it actually benefits your entire family, right? particularly if you have kids that are a bit older and they can see you modeling this behavior so that they don't grow up to be doormats and get walked all over by people. So having and holding your own firm but kind boundaries sets a fantastic example for your kids. It actually strengthens your relationships with people because they start to respect you more. They understand that you only have a limited amount of energy and you are spending it on specific things or people or events or whatever it is. But you standing up for yourself and putting in place firm but kind boundaries will lead to strengthening your relationships. And let me tell you right now, if it leads to you losing relationships, then they weren't the right relationships for you in the first place. Okay? So, I would love if you had a think about where you're at in this current, whatever phase of motherhood that you're in, because my goodness, motherhood is a big, long, crazy journey and has many different stages and phases and priorities and seasons, whatever you want to call it. And think about how you are respecting yourself and whether or not you are holding boundaries to protect your energy and your emotional and mental health and well-being and physical health and well-being. And if you're not, if you kind of have a little reflection on that and you think, ooh, actually, boundaries, what is this boundaries that you speak of? Then it might be time to start putting some boundaries in place. All right, if this makes sense, please do drop a comment below and do follow me over at The Flourish Mama. I would love to get to 1,000 followers so that I can go back to going live again and connecting with you guys in the moment rather than me just talking to the video screen. So please do go follow The Flourish Mama. And by doing that, you will also make sure that you never miss out when I put new content out to support you in this motherhood journey. And if you would love a little bit of extra support to be kinder to yourself, then do drop a comment below and I can make sure that you get my self-care list for busy mums at home. It has more than 50 really easy activities and inspiration, that ways that you can take care of you. And that is another boundary for you to put in place, mama, to make sure that you do have time, preferably daily, but most definitely at least once a week, you have time just for you to do something that you enjoy, that fills your cup. All right, mamas, so don't forget, reflect on where you're at with your personal boundaries. Follow The Flourish Mama and comment below to get my 50 plus easy self-care ideas for busy mums at home. All right, my loves, catch you next time. Hopefully I'll be going live again soon.